of the Archwell Foundation and Chief Impact Officer of BetterUp, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
Let's go. Global culture, worldwide brand. We got the future in our hands. Turn it up, don't make it bland. Bailamos, it's time to dance. We keep the party rolling all night till the morning. We don't ever stop going. This is our moment. Vamos, oh, let's go. Vamos, oh, let's go. La da 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 da. Oh, let's go. La da 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 da.
I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. I am just ridiculously sort of happy. And how are all of you doing? If you still have the same sort of weird euphoria that I've had going since yesterday, then we can celebrate together. I am so excited, so happy, and the Sussexes, there is a spell on me. I know I'm completely in Sussex camp, and but I kept thinking last night, or yeah, I was like, there's like a spell happening here on you, Antonio. Like you totally like just, but it was just so excited. It was just so great, and I kept asking myself, like, why are you feeling this way, right? Like, and I kept thinking and thinking, why do I feel this way? And the only answer I can come up with presently is I th- we all of us in this community, we want them to succeed. We want them to do well. We want them to stand strong against all that that comes towards them, right? And we want to see them achieve the heights that they have aimed to achieve, because what that will cement is that this evil is not going to win. And for many of us, and this kind of hit me yesterday a little bit, when we are, whether you're on the content creator side or you're day in and day out supporting so many of us, and you are also on social media, dispelling misinformation and all of that, as strong as we are, when something is relentless, when it's an entire machinery coming and you're trying to dispel things, and you get the comments that are awful, or you read certain things, you're like, oh my goodness, like it just becomes heavy after a while. And I watched the documentary out of Germany, Harry the Lost Prince, and I after I watched that documentary, I just felt kind of like, oh, like come on, right? And I was kind of like feeling that kind of way. And then when good King Harry got on that stage, mind you, I was nervous as heck. Also, I couldn't find the because they didn't broadcast his live, right? They broadcast all the other speakers live, but his, for some reason, they didn't. They broadcasted it afterwards. So, well, might be for security reasons. I'm not sure. So after I found it, I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, please, 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 please. I hope everything went well. He answered everything great. I could not have been more proud of him. Could not be more proud of him. I was like, you put a spell on me, I was like completely, I was like, oh shoot, how is he going to answer that question? And then it's like la 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 la. And I'm like, that was good, Harry. That was really good. One of the parts that had me cracking up was the trolls. When he talked about the trolls, he's like, they build himself up like, yes, 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 yes. And then, oh no, ew. And he goes, I feel sorry for them. And then he said it again. He goes, no, no, really, I feel sorry for them. And then I think he might have thought people were thinking he was just joking or he was being sarcastic or something. So he said it again. No, really, I feel sorry for them. Oh boy, genius, 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 genius. Um, and after that, then Princess Meghan, then watching her and Tyler Perry, and she was just in her element, her comfort, her her grace, everything. It was just like flawless, and she just looked at ease, completely at ease. And I was like, you put a spell on me. And now what I do. So it was just absolutely great. I couldn't sleep out of the excitement. Anyways, kind of wrapping up my thought as to why the excitement and the euphoria. I think when we do this so often, right? And you are defending, you are trying to uh, put out uh, information and content that will dispel, and also to have as digital um, archive, so that in the future people don't just believe like what these crazy people write. So you get kind of bummed out a little bit sometimes, ever so often, and just watching them and seeing them so damn happy and doing great. And it was just sort of like, yes, you know um it was just great, because what we get so often is day in day out what that disgusting parasite of media in the UK produces, right? And that is what we are fighting against over and over and over again. We don't get, a lot of other things. So when the people that we we admire and that we support in our own way, because of our sense of what's right, and our sense of justice, fairness, and we're able to see them once in a while when they show up to go do good. And but we have that tabloid nonsense in the media that is consistently just attacking. So having them come out and do what they do and just extraordinarily excel was just like, I don't know, like tonic, beautiful, crystalline. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Water or something. All right. So what more is there to say? What more is there to say than the Sussexes are just freaking winning? And when I mean winning, I don't mean it in a bad way or like a boastful way. I mean it in authenticity. I mean it in doing good, showing up and doing good. I mean it in Prince Harry just commanding and being so eloquent, and also at the same time being mindful of the way he answers, his emotional intelligence. Oh baby Jesus, over the roof. That man has done the work. He's done the work. So that is why he can stand, he can sit solidly in his being, in who he is, and he can speak as to what he knows and what he doesn't, right? And he can break that wall of formality. I thought it was so beautiful when they sat down, and the intro happened, and he joked a little bit about that. but then the sort of formality of how the interview was then going to be conducted. And he immediately broke that. And he said, huh, nice, nice carpet. Nice. Did this carpet was here when my wife was here? Just completely by doing that, which is so intelligent of him. He's breaking that formality and saying to the host, um, let's have not this kind of um, uh, aggressive dance, interviewee, but we're going to have a sort of beautiful ballad kind of dance, right? I want you to know that I'm in your space, and I'm here to be myself, to be authentic, and for you to be authentic. And he did that throughout the interviews. There moments. There's one point where he said, where he was asked if he has a burner social media, and he's like, no, I don't. And then he jokingly he said, why, what, you want to follow me or something? And it was the way he said it, and then he looked, and it was very flirtatious. And I don't mean it in like a sexual way. When you are in an interview, and they are methods, they are things you can do in order to um, allow a certain type of energy to come into that interview, right? And most interviews are, well, the good ones are sort of like a flirtation. Is that a word? Flirting, basic. That's what I'm trying to say. It's sort of like two people flirting with each other. It's like being on a first date, right? And you're trying to make both parties comfortable, and to say, I see you, you see me. Now imagine if he had gone, and he's like, okay, thank you very much, and he sits down, and the first question, and he's like, well, I cannot answer that, as you know, I have a court case in the UK. So next question, right? It's very almost almost sort of aggressive, but he didn't do that at all. He even when he said, "Oh, may I? Is it okay if I get the audience involved?" And it's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, of course." All of that is to put people at ease, and at the same time, it's sort of like Prince Harry put in a big hug, and that's the essence, or part of the essence of how he is so good with people, so good with people. I mean, what an incredible interview with the DealBook Summit. As I said, he commanded that room. Um, he he spoke about such important topics also, right? Media, accountability, mental health, and the role of social media in spreading misinformation. He he was candid, thoughtful, and I will dare to say fearless, reminding us why why him and Meghan remain a force for change, right? Redefining royalty. Um, it's just really incredible. Uh, and for him to be also taking action, I mean, listening to him talk about it, taking action against that tabloid machinery, and the recognition of him saying, and these past 6 years, what the intimidation and the things they've done, right? Attacking my wife, attacking my children. It is just like the UK has like they have to change that law. Like it's impossible, because when he said the whole system is so corrupt, I believe him, because I know nothing And I can already see how corrupt it is. And I know nothing. So imagine him now having access even to the emails or documentation that went between the palace and you know the newspaper. It's and I love his confidence when he said we're going to win. Period. Period. And they just don't talk, right? Meghan and Harry just don't talk. They are action oriented. It's I feel like, I feel like I'm just gushing ridiculous. And then and then after the high with Harry on the East Coast, Meghan shows up and she is just just shining bright on the West Coast. You know, and Tyler Perry, man, the guy looks good. The man looks good. That outfit, that suit he was wearing. Mwah, delicioso. So good, so good, so good. And it was great to see, you know, him there. Well, of course he's there. He's the one being honored with the Paley Honors award. But seeing him out take, walking the red carpet and them that interaction that they had, and then inside seeing Megan seated right there next to him on his right hand side, um, um, and just looking very very much so at ease, right? I mean, Tyler Perry has been such a steadfast supporter of the Sussexes, and it just every time I see him, and especially when I see him with them or with one of them, I'm just reminded so much of how God has a plan, and you never know when God is going to show you what that plan is. You know, because think think about this. He's never met her. He doesn't know her. He just sees certain things happen, and he's like he feels compelled to write her a note, a letter, just to say, "Hey, congratulations, da da da. I know some things are going on right now. I can see in the press. Just want you to know if you ever need anything, I am here." Right? It's only divinity. It's only by the grace of the Almighty that these things happen. Tyler Perry didn't know exactly why he felt compelled to write that note. She received it, she read it, thank you. And that was it. They didn't exchange phone calls or anything. And at the time, it's like God just knows, God knows when all of the pieces are already in place, and it's 4D, not even 3D. It's 4D chess playing, right? And we just have to listen to that voice that um tells us the path that needs to be taken. And she calls him, and he sends a plane. He puts him up in the house. As he said, the son. Oh me, I'm getting. I hate this when I do this. I do. I'm gonna be known as the as the crybaby today. Oh yeah. Yeah, Majesty Sussex report. The guy who does that, Antonio, he cries all the time. That guy gets way too emotional. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, mi madre. So, anyways, I am just, I'm just happy. happy. I'm happy for them. I'm happy here when he goes, oh gosh, he was so good. He was so good. When he was asked about his legacy, how he wants to be remembered, the next 30 years, and he's like, 30 years. Who tells you, like, why 30? He's so confident in the way and it's the way he will return back the question, or he does it in a very, it's not confrontational, it's to the point. It's like a statement and a period, right? And it's definitely his military training. Definitely. I love how we talked about, people like to put me in some box. He goes, but I'm not that. I wear many hats. I'm a different person when I have to do this. I'm a different person. I multitask. He understands that he has to um, show up differently for the different things that he's involved in. But the thing that weaves through all of this is their compassion. It's their empathy. It's their authenticity, right? So, oh man, the Sussexes continue to show everyone time and again that their resilience, their grace, and commitment to making a difference will always shine brighter than any negativity thrown their way. I'm so proud.
Always say that women's sports is not having a moment. It's always been there. We women athletes have always been around. We've always been amazing and we've always been great. You guys are just noticing.
I am very pleased to announce we decided to hire a body expert to assist us in understanding how the royals send these different signals just by, a little move here and a little move there. So we went out looking for the best of the best body experts that could probably exist. So we went to Oxford University, right? We don't do anything here, half anything. When we do it, we do it. And we have as a special guest Dr. Percepto McWink. So, Dr. Percepto McWink, welcome to the podcast.
First, I must correct you. I studied body language and ambiguity. I am not a body expert as you affirmed. At Oxford, they don't just teach you to read body language, they teach you to invent the entire story behind it. Just like our good friend David Cameron. His poker face? Iconic.
Well, Dr. McWink, my deepest apologies for the misunderstanding, body language, body expert, ambiguity. It's all very new to me, so my deepest apologies. Now, when I looked at your bio, you went to school with the who of the who's and the whom's of the homes and the whomevers. You and Boris Johnson? I mean, Boris Johnson, known for his colorful language, bending the truth, and leaving chaos in his wake. That Boris Johnson. And David Cameron, another former prime minister tied to controversial policies and the infamous Brexit referendum. And this one, Doctor, really took me aback. You were at Oxford at the same time as Rebecca Brooks, former editor of News of the World and central figure in the phone hacking scandal. Some kind of friends you keep there.
Well, yes, I am very selective with the people I surround myself with, only top of the food chain. After all, I am an Oxford graduate.
Welcome. We have some images, photos for you to analyze for us, and I say let's start.
This couple seem happy, acceptable smiles, but that is what an untrained eye would say. This is an unhappy couple's. Their eyes appear flat, disengaged. If the smiles don't reach their eyes, it suggests the expression is forced. The corners of their mouths may seem tight, as if holding back discomfort or resentment. Clenched jaw, which may show suppressed anger or frustration. Even while smiling, a tense jawline can reveal internal strain. Shoulders turned slightly away, or bodies not fully aligned. This micro-distance can suggest emotional detachment. Deeply unhappy couple.
Oh, wow, doctor, you're the real deal. You're not holding back anything here. I'm quite surprised actually. Okay, let's show you the next the next image. I think you already saw also a video related to the image, so let's pull that up.
As I analyze this scene, the tension is palpable. The husband and wife sit side by side in the carriage, yet their emotional worlds couldn't be further apart. Both are staring straight ahead, as if avoiding the reality of each other's presence. It's a classic example of physical proximity but emotional distance. I notice her eyes first, glassy and brimming with unshed tears. Her gaze remains fixed ahead, a silent declaration of restraint. She's holding it together, refusing to let those tears fall. Her posture is stiff, almost statuesque, like she's using every ounce of strength to maintain composure. It's not just sadness. There's an undercurrent of pain, perhaps even frustration or resignation. But what strikes me most is that she never glances at him. Not once. It's as if looking at him would break her resolve, or perhaps confront something she's unwilling to face. Then there's the husband. His jaw is clenched, his tension radiating from his rigid frame. He too looks ahead, avoiding her as deliberately as she avoids him. There's no tenderness, no acknowledgement, not even a shared glance. The stiff set of his features suggests a man either consumed by his own emotions or determined not to let them show. It's hard to tell if his tension comes from guilt, anger, or perhaps the sheer weight of the situation they find themselves in.
Damn, doctor. Wow. Wow. You were worth us taking out that small loan to afford you. My goodness. Ooh. Wow, that's some reading there. Well, this is your last one because we could only afford three. You know, you're quite expensive, right? So, okay, so you saw the video and you'll be looking now at the still image.
The subtle yet unmistakable hint of disgust in his expression is telling. Disgust often reveals itself in small, fleeting movements, a slight curling of the upper lip, a tightening around the nose, or a stiff posture. His entire demeanor radiates discomfort or disagreement, as though her very presence or words are an affront to him in this moment. This brief exchange captured in their body language speaks volumes. A relationship marked by strain, with emotions barely concealed, even under the scrutiny of an audience.
Well, doctor, you did not mince your he's gone already? Damn. That was that was quick. Gosh, he doesn't even wait to say goodbye. Oh well, I guess these Oxford people. Wow, what do you think? What do you folks think? Did the doctor have it right? Do you think the doctor has got a clue? I mean, everything that he said seems to make some kind of sense. And we have a few more, but I don't think Well, we can't afford a doctor, but I think we have eyes also, and we can figure the ones we have left. So let's take a look at this one here. Oh no, oh no, oh no! I'm embarrassed. I am. Oh my! Oh, I'm embarrassed for her. Right, like she kind of was waiting to then, and she thought she had the eyes of the of the king, and the woman curtsy, and no one cared. No one cared a damn. Her husband doesn't even look at her, and the king didn't even see her curtsy. Man, can anything else go wrong on that day for her? Wow, that was I'm embarrassed. Like I get embarrassed for other people. I don't know if you folks do. Like I do. Like I'll be watching a movie or something and something embarrassing is about to happen and I'm like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no." I get embarrassed. But that is like wow.
I don't know what was said. I don't know. Woo, Molly, you in danger, girl. Oh no, but for real though, is you okay, girl? Are you okay? You look a little tired. You look a little woe out. You look like you're crying in the car. Oh, girl, no, but for real, you alright? You know, I once said that karma was spinning the block, and I don't think it's through yet. And it looked like it might be true. Oh, but girl, that man looked like he can't stand you. Oh, God. Oh, God. You know, everything y'all wish for Mother and Daddy Sussex might be happening to y'all. You see how that works when you out there doing the devil's work? No, but for real though, girl, I hope you all right. You look like you crying in the car. I don't know what was said. I don't know what happened, but I hope you are okay. I really do. Y'all have a good day.
This just absolutely screams first day on the job, you know. He's got his little notepad with the names, maybe a little photo or description next to them. So that's squadron leader Mike Reynolds. He is the new equerry for Prince William. Um, and there was a big hoo-ha made out of like, oh, there's going to be a better connection between him and this new equerry, more than the connection that he had with Rob Dixon. I'm like, okay, if you say so. And guess what the connection is, according to them? That they're both helicopter pilots. Helicopter pilots. So that's the connection. I don't know. I feel that Lieutenant Commander Rob Dixon, with that emotional, you know, goodbye and all that kind of stuff, I think he had a connection, right? I don't know. I'm just saying. Just saying. Now, if anyone, because I didn't know what an equerry was, I thought it was a butler, but they're not butlers. They're actually usually. Let me find my note. Da, 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 da. Okay, so an equerry is, and I'm mispronouncing that, I think, is a historic position with holders acting as a formal assistant to a senior member of the royal family, accompanying them on engagements and meetings with officials and event organizers. Um, I think, yeah, it was last year or earlier this year. There was a bit of an issue um, because the pay for the equity comes out from the Ministry of Defense budget, and in the budget it showed that the more than £500,000 was spent in providing the royal households with equerries. Oh well, it is what it is, but there he is, doing his thing. And it just reminded me of The Devil Wear Prada. So if any one of you have watched that movie, on that scene where they have to tell Miranda like who is who, that's what it reminds me of. Right? Kind of very interesting. Now, this situation made me chuckle a little bit because look, I've helped organized important events where there were VIP people, and every single second is accounted for. Like, you get so detailed who's going to stand where, what's going to happen over here, who walks off first, who does what, and everything is detailed in the brief. Everything. You hand it to everyone who's involved, so everyone knows where they need to be. So watching this and watching William, who this is not his first time doing this. So I don't understand the confusion. And if you if you were going to be confused, if you weren't sure, because I've done this, I will go through X, Y, or Z thing that I need to do or I have to do. And if there is a missing point, a missing section anywhere there, the minute I get to the venue or the minute I get to wherever I need to be, I usually have my questions. I'd be like, okay, so I'm not clear as to what time this is happening. I'm not clear as in where exactly are the people who are supposed to help these people. Like I'm a bit of a I'm not a pain. This is usually how I approach it. I said, "Hey, how's everyone? Yay, I'm Antonio. So thank you for the brief. Excellent work. I just have a few questions because I'm a little bit of an anal person. I just need to know. Um, so can you help me out here? I've got 3 points or 3 spots where I'm not quite um, sure. If you can explain that to me, and usually it's fine. Usually people, it's always the way one approaches it. But every so often you'll get someone who'd be like, "Well, when I know, I'll tell you." Okay, I don't know. That's why it's not in the brief. Okay. I'm like, okay, bye. All right, so that just made me chuckle, and at the same time, it made me kind of sad because I don't know, man. I don't know. There's something happening in Windsor. Behind the walls of Windsor, shadows play, secret whispers hidden away. A crown of gold, but hearts of grey, in royal halls where truth don't stay. The House of Windsors keeps secrets at bay, lies and low and mask ballet. Beneath the jewels, a silent cry. The House of Windsor, it's built on lies. Their secrets linger as years go by. Oh my, they're coming for me. Goodbye. That's actually not bad. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying about the attempt to like sing it. No. Like I literally just I that's actually not bad. That was actually good. No, ask me to repeat it. The House of Windsor, something to get. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, listen. Here's my question for all of you. So, what do you think is going on with Buddy? What do you think is going on with Buddy? I'm not saying that, you know, we should lose sleep over it, but what do you think is going on with Buddy? Now, I have a theory. It's a really, really out there theory. And it's beyond conspiracy, okay? That's how I classify this. Now, when did all of this ultra extra weird stuff started to happen? We can almost say it was around when this situation happened, right? And around that same time, there was bruises, there were scratches, and so on. Someone showed up, like possibly inebriated, dropped a medal, and stuff seems to not be going well. Then all of a sudden, we also had the disappearance, appearance, the diagnosis, the non-diagnosis that he is by my side, but he's not on the bench with you situation. Then we started to see rapid amount of weight loss on Buddy. And I'm like, what's going on with Buddy? Right? So, I don't think it's Ozempic or anything like that. But I kind of wanted to tell you folks what my theory is. But I don't want you folks to make fun of me. Okay? Because it's just something that is just, it's not, it's just, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just me trying to connect dots and coming up with like the closest thing that will allow me to connect the dots. Okay? So don't hold any of this in any form as valid. So opinion has it that Buddy and you know who, the capital of Jamaica, had a situation, and the situation ended up with, you all understand what happened to Jamaica. Well, not Jamaica, the capital. Got it? Okay. I know you folks have it. Okay. Now, out of that situation, Kitty Cat was also affected. Now, I'm not quite sure how. I have my theories on that also. But Kitty Cat was affected, and affected in such a manner that Kitty Cat needed to be put away in Kitty Cat room or something, whatever that situation was. I think Buddy is on a lot of medication. And a lot of that medication may have the side effect of, right, rapid weight loss or whatever it is. Because I think based on the situation with the capital of Jamaica that happened, that is why that article came out about, well, can this person be put in prison if this happens? And them saying, oh, well, he's not attending his godfather's memorial, and it has nothing to do with this. And you're like, we were not making that association, but now that you say it. So I think there was something there, something. Well, as we know, they're going to brush it up. And the inquiry that is happening presently has said that the capital of Jamaica was taking new medication, and the medication made the capital of Jamaica act weird and did harm to themselves. Believe it if you want to believe it. Look, they've got the medication, they've got the stuff. Oh well, it's all nicely packaged and put away. But something tells me that all these things are connected. Buddy's like weight loss and that whole thing that's happening. I think even that equerry is involved, if you don't know what I mean. That's why that things had to like go a certain way. I think there's a lot going on. A lot, a lot, a lot. I think Camilla's in the middle of a lot of it too. And Kate is experiencing what she will experience. I think if she was wise, but hindsight is what, 50-50 or something like that, having an ally, being really seeing this person as, okay, we're going to stick together, right? It's not going to happen like what happened to Diana and Fergie or whomever else. Like, we have seen this pattern before. I want us to stick together. But damn, I don't think her nature allowed her to look beyond ego and jealousy and all of that. It's all very sad. But I am happy that the wonderful, beautiful, intelligent gorgeousness of Meghan Markle, princess, duchess, contest, you name it, she is it, is out of there. And those two wonderful creatures, those two wonderful children are out of there. Like, oh man. Sometimes I start to think about what would be happening right now, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to think about that anymore, because there is some weird oddness that happens in that family, and I think no one has been brave enough to break that chain except for Harry, and with encouragement of the backing of his wife. And I think that is why this thing is relentless. They can't stand what's happening. We need to continue to stay vigilant and support them as much as we can. I think I'm going to leave it here for now. There's some other stuff I wanted to talk briefly about, but yeah, I think this is it for now. Listen, it's been wonderful 2 days and excitement and all of that, and I'm happy to see them flourish. I'm happy to see them do well. It's so exciting, eh? So exciting. The Christmas season is upon us. I am going to be asking you to send me your favorite Christmas carol. I would love to put together a playlist for us. There's some other things that are in the planning. Marsha is helping me do some of that, and I will see if we need to enlist some other people, all depending on what ultimately we plan to do. But the goal is to have perhaps a live broadcast, and we have some fun. We share stories, play games, and all that kind of stuff, okay? It's in the plans. Hopefully everything will work out fine. All right, je vais stop right now. And thank you. Thank you for being you. All of you, for just being magnificent, being empowered, being centered in your self, in your beauty, in your bravery, your intelligence, your experience, your everything. There's only one of you, and you are doing darn great things. And I think sometimes we forget to tell ourselves those things, that we are the most beautiful, most powerful things, because we were created by the most beautiful, most powerful thing. And anything less than that is we're doing disservice, a disservice to ourselves. You are it, okay? And don't let anyone else tell you that you're not. I love you folks, and thank you for your continued support. Thank you for your wonderful messages. I read them, and please continue. And I need to shut up now before yeah. Mwah. Ciao, ciao.